Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to set up a team for AC Milan here, guys. AC Milan, to try to bring them back to the glory days. And one of the things here we're gonna do, guys, is I have started to go halfway in the season, a little bit longer than halfway in the season, to see how it works, and then can give you a feedback about, okay, I have to play with AC Milan. One thing you can see in Serie A to start with, guys, this is domination from Juventus. AC Milan won the last time, I think it was in 2000, yes, last year, 2011. I think it was the same coach Allegri, wasn't it? Before he went to AC Milan. This is from Pirlo times, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, guys, then you have the domination of Inter Milan, their other rival, and here a little bit of visit from AC Milan again. For me, AC Milan is they haven't won the league that much lately. It's a little bit like, for example, you see Real Madrid. They have been very good in the European Cups, but not that good in Serie A, in winning titles, in winning a league. And and one of the problems here, guys, is that with AC Milan is you have a lot of good players in this team, and you got some names, but you can see the frustration or the desperation of the team to come back again. They don't make much. They don't got that much money. They can't attract those kind of stars they want to attract. There are a little bit some wild cards out there, but they have done something right here in this squad. You will see later when you come in. Is a lot of young players combined with some not big names, but okay names. So the prospects are there, but the problem is prospects doesn't win anything. Arsene Wenger showed that with the young Arsenal. You can win something, but it's hard, okay? So you really have to nail it with the system, with the players, to make this happen. You can see we have played 28 games, guys. We are first in the table. One game less than Napoli and Inter. If we win this one, we are going 4 points, 4 points clear from Napoli. The system we played, I just want to show you some results. You're in the European League. For me, AC Milan is the past, is Rui Costa, Seedorf, Kaká, and you can go a little bit longer back. You can see coaches such as Fabio Capello, Carlo Ancelotti, Allegri was there too. You have the time of the Van Basten. That's a little bit before my time with Van Basten and Ruud Gullit, but this is a team with history, and really, for everyone, it would be great to bring this team back up to the top. The results, I will go into a tactic and what I have done, maybe inspire you, and how I thought before I start this game. With AC Milan, some of our results, the tactical and the play system and the training and the squad I have chosen for this. The good thing is, for example, the 6-1 victory we have here over Juventus, as you can see at the right side here. And we have defeated every good team, away and at home. This is away results, 6-1. Okay, you have other results in the European Cup. I always let my in the group stage. I always let the same squad start the 2 first games against Besiktas and AEK, because then I got the 6 points, and I wanted the team to be melted together, melt them together to play like a team. I didn't start rotating the squad from game 1, because again, I had a tactic that started to work a little bit from here, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, and 6-1, and I really wanted the team to find the 11 and still play with them, because the 5-6 friendlies you have in the start isn't enough. AC Milan have a lot of players that are new. We also defeated Roma 1-0 away. We defeated other big teams. Here we start to use the substitutions players. As you can see, we lost 1-0. But anyway, they also came in. You need the squad. You need all your squad to play. The other good games, Atlanta, here you got Napoli, is the only team we haven't defeated yet. We defeated Lazio 3-2. One of the game was Inter Milan 2-2. Well, I thought we defeated them. Is away, but it's okay, it's in San Siro anyway. We played against Juventus in the Super Cup final. The Super Cup final is, as you maybe know, playing in outside of Italy, in Zayed Sports City Stadium. I think it's in the Emirates. But the thing is that in this game, I let my players rest, because you have an off season here, 29th of December, and you play against the 12th of January. So these 2 games I had a little bit, as you can see here, was a bad run of results. In January I only won 1 game, that was after extra time. So here we was leading the table, and here I smelled something. I had not a lot of injuries, but players was out of form. You have to get them into the shape. I didn't do a good job in January. I had a training match here against Bayern München that I cancelled. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, based on the results here. So but maybe not right to play against. You should maybe play 2 training game matches here, because the players don't go on vacation, they are in the squad. Okay, play 2 friendly matches and keep your players on, and maybe play easier games than Bayern München maybe. So you can do that, and you will have a better result than me, I think. So when I came here, I saw many of my players were not that match fit enough, and I wanted to work with that. So the first 11 was still match fit, because they played here and they played here, and they had played before, so they were in form. But some of my players have been on bench a long time, so I had to work with them in these 2 games here. And against Chievo, we played well, but this one guy, Serie, he defeated me, single-handedly defeated us. So again, I came here to Juventus. I saw that we are playing against Juventus here. I had just, because of my loss here and draw here, I lost the first spot. It was the first in the league. So I knew I had to defeat Juventus here. So I let Juventus just drive it on. I used my bench players against Juventus in the Italian quarterfinal. And it was maybe a little bit of shame again, because you want to win something with AC Milan. Here I just lost the Super Cup, and I just want the quarterfinal. I knew I will lose this game based on the players I had, so I think, okay, I had to get my players in form. And you can see I used Pepe Reina. You will see together later that this is not my first 11. That is here, Phil Foden, and yeah, okay, you will see it later. So I gave everything in this game. So I came here, I was still 3 points behind Juventus, and I was leading, where Miguel Baroja scored in one minute after, before the end of the game. So I brought it in. Okay, but again, 1-0 victory. Here we went into the Europa Cup. I'm trying to win this one too. Europa Cup, we won 3-1 against Arsenal at home, 3-2 away. This is a good result, guys. We played against Roma, 1-0 we won. We played against Barcelona in Euro Cup, and we drew them 0-0 away. We defeated Barcelona 5-2 at home. This is great, I think. This is great. So after we defeated Sampdoria now 2-0, we are leading the table. I'm gonna show you a little bit what we have done. One thing I did in the squad of AC Milan was I went through the squad and I was just screaming through it. And what I saw is that you don't got that tiki-taka team, okay? You don't got that tiki-taka. With that I mean you don't got a lot of good decision making, technical, small players, especially in midfield. You got, for example, Bakayoko, you got Francesi. These are physical players. These are physical players, as you can see, stamina, strength, balance, work rate. These are strong guys. Bakayoko is from loan from Chelsea, for example. Look at his physical play. Now this is a physical midfielder you have, especially at the center of the midfield, guys. And you go to Luka Bilica, who's 33 years old now. He is not that physical. He got the tech. This is a more tiki-taka player. You see, decision is okay, is good. He's not a regista he's not a deep line playmaker in, for example, Barcelona, because his decision making is not that good and his acceleration is okay, but he could be a good substitute in a top team that is playing tiki-taka. But for us, the thing was, okay, his aggression is good, his tackling is good, his teamwork is okay, that's good, and his work rate is okay, and his positioning is good, and yeah, and he has great passing and technical ability and good first touch. So this player has combination of holding midfielder role and good passing, as well as winning the ball. And you got Hector Herrera, just his new player. There are new players, and you got, for example, your technical players. You got Alan Hajlovic, what once a big star, who got 3 stars here. Great prospect once in a lifetime, but at this point he's just a good substitute. He got okay acceleration, his dribbling is good, but look at his decision is 10, vision is 15, is very good. This is also something that's very good in the team, good vision all over. But his work rate is low. He's lacking a lot of things. This is not the Lionel Messi. At the top level, you can't play tiki-taka with this kind of players. It have to go fast. They shouldn't have that much of decisions to take. Keep it simple, keep it easy, and. You got Bonaventura. This has been one of my best players, and his pace is not that great, but as you can see again, his work rate is okay. He's delivering at the mental part. He's okay at the physical part. He's not a Mohamed Salah, to be honest with you, but his long shot's good, his passing is good, his technique is good, his dribbling is good, and he also got some crossing. And he can work, he can go both ways, up and down. You got Susu, one of my favorite football players in AC Milan in real life. His dribbling is extremely well, his crossing is good, but you're gonna play inside forward with him, so that will not be that important. His pace is good, he's above average here, 15. So his vision is again good, off the ball great, flair great, and technical passing. He can pass, he can shoot, and he can finish the ball, and he can dribble. He got everything. Okay, but so you got Susu, who can give you both kind of players. He can go every kind of place. Bakayoko cannot give you both kind of player. He can play in a tiki-taka system, but that will not make him a very good player. Based on what we got here, guys, and I went to see on my fullbacks, for example, I got Lacazette as my substitute at the left side, and yeah, he just got pace, but playing well. I think it's more based on the system. Conte, this is a great defensive fullback. Look at his tackling, look at his positioning. He got pace, and he got better defensively than he is offensively. He's one of the best defensively fullbacks in the game. Okay, so as you can see that but one thing was different was the defensive line. You got a lot of good ball playing defenders, like not a lot, but you got 2. One is Musacchio, but his jumping reach is really low, and known that in Serie you got a lot of strikers that are great in heading. This will be a problem for you, but you can afford to have one. But when you have two central defenders, that none of them is extremely good in the air, is not. In my opinion, you should have 2 in Serie if you want to win the title. And then if you don't have it, you should have a three-line defensive line. We don't get that enough central defenders. Okay, but anyway, Ramagnoli is 24 years old, 22 years old when he started. This is the young players with the stars I was talking to you about. You have to make these players great. That's how you're gonna make it. Okay, and you got a 19-year-old keeper here, Donnarumma, as everyone knows it. He was 19 years old when he started. I just gave him a new contract to 2023. This is one of the game's best goalkeepers, one of the biggest prospects in the game, and in real life, national goalkeeper of Italy, as Gianluca Buffon have retired at the national team. And you have Calabria. When you start, this is more offensive, but again, look at this, guys. He's lacking so many areas that this is not a great place. He's 21 years old when you start. He got prospects, but I don't think you're gonna get the full out of him. And yeah, you got Castello, again, an okay player in the dribbling, pace, but he's lacking a lot of things. This is not the kind of players you can build your team. So when I built the team here, I was thinking, okay, we got good defensive players in the wide areas. We got good defensive players at the wide areas, at this part and this part and this part and this part. We got good ball playing defenders, and you got Caldera, who in a way went to swap with Bonucci. This is also 24 years old player, 23 when he started. He got marking, he got the heading, he got the pace too, so you can set the line up. So what I knew is we got good defensive line, we got a good goalkeeper, and we got good pace here. So what that means is that we can we can have a style that the defensive line is high up in the game. That will benefit us because of the lack of jumping and jumping reach we have here, and in the same time we get use of a ball playing defender. But you don't need two ball playing defenders, I thought, because I will be needing Caldera from start. Caldera's a great player. He's a great player, guys. And you got a Italian cooperation here in the middle. Okay, so you got those two here, and then I thought, okay, I got fullbacks that can work defensively. I had at the left side, you have Rodriguez when the season starts. You can see it here. I sold him in the mid-season part of the season to Barcelona for £32 million. I think that's worth it. He played very well, 752, but he's 29 years old. And I bought Kusakawa from Paris Saint-Germain, who is 26 years old. You have to do those things too. As you can see, he starts in the game. You know, he's okay defensively. This is not Marcelo offensively. He got a little bit pace, lacks acceleration. He's lacks off the ball. He comes wide here and crosses the ball. He gives you balance defensively. So a good teamwork, but it's okay both ways. Okay, and sorry, he was 26 years old, not 29. But I got some money from him, and then I bought very similar but a better player in my opinion, and that is where are you, my friend? Kurzawa. He's also 26 years old, a little bit of in pace part here, better stamina, better work rate. He's better in tackling, maybe not that good in crossing, but better in dribbling. So more complete defender in my opinion, and we got some money in between there. Okay, so setting up the team here, guys. What you should do, in my opinion, with AC Milan is you cannot put the defensive line too low because you lack jumping reach, and you maybe got some crosses on you, and that will be hard because when you have the defensive line low and you have to push the opponents go wide, you can't push them inside here. So we want them to go wide, but if you push the defensive line higher up in the field, and we have pacey defenders, and we push the opponent into the middle, that will not be so visible that we lack heading. But we are getting some goal against us is in the set pieces. You generally lack jumping here. Okay, and the other thing here is that I could have, for example, gone with him. So I went with Gegenpress, but I had to adjust a little bit here. For example, one thing in Gegenpress, you got much higher line. I had to adjust that because I saw that in Italy you don't got that many pacey strikers, so you will go behind the defensive line. But sometimes they do, and I felt it was a little bit crazy to play much higher defensive line, especially as my friend here, Beligia, lacks pace and is the only player who's sitting down in a way. And yeah, so I adjust that one to, for example, to higher line. Okay, the other part do is to get stuck in. If you got a lot of yellow cards, you will get red cards. If you got a lot of yellow cards in the first half, you will get red card in the second half. That's, for example, when we play against Juventus, half of my team got yellow card in the first half. I let them play, then I go here in the break, push away to get stuck in, and tune it down a little bit. Okay, so, and the other part is, for example, when you start the game when you go Gegenpress is, for example, ball winning midfielder, and I think that would be perfect because I can have Bakayoko here with Kessie, and they will run over everyone. But it worked better with Biglia, because Biglia brought me more balance. He brought me, and he can sit better here, and his passing will give us because he had got, when you use sorry, when you put central midfield and defense, as you can see here around here, guys, is that his passing will be important, you know, and he will sit down deeper and Kessie will go up, and you can see they will pass back to Biglia, and he have the passing to keep the ball into the team. He will balance the play when you have it, and he will make not touch many counterattacks against you, and he will sit a little bit lower in the field. So that one, and the other thing we changed was the ball playing defenders, 2 ball playing defenders. Ivan Caldera, he cannot play as a ball playing defender. He can, but I won't let him play that. He will not be a good one. So yeah, and the ball went too fast forward. When I put him as a central midfield in defense, and him as a center defender, you start to get some simple passes, and you got to be Biglia, so you got a little bit of combination. Sometimes they went directly forward, sometimes they went to Biglia. And we also changed, I think it was something here, the narrative about the play here, we changed a little bit. I don't remember everything, but this is how we are playing, so you can see it. We are, of course, counter pressing as it was set up, because we got the players to do that. We got the counter directly. We got a lot of players with off the ball, and we got some good visions from the wingers, especially. And we got some good ones in front here. So we always go to distribute to the center backs, but sometimes he's free to go high as well. Okay, anyway, done here. We will see a little bit about the players here, guys. The thing is, for example, you got Higuain. He got off the ball. Of course, Higuain is the best role for Higuain, in my opinion. Here is, for example, he can play a deep lying forward. I used him sometimes like that, and maybe advanced forward. He was lacking pace here, in my opinion. He can play almost everything, but we are using him as a pressing forward. The problem with pressing forward, in my opinion, is that he will miss the goal some few times more than he will if he, for example, played a poacher. He will get the one-on-ones like a poacher, but maybe he's more tired, I think, when it comes to the chances, and he will miss a lot of one-on-ones Mr. Higuain here have lost for me. And that is maybe what's also happening in real life. He's missing a lot of one-on-ones, but he used to do it. Do you remember the Germany game? Argentina-Germany World Cup 4 years ago. He missed alone with the goalkeeper. I think he would think about that all his life. And every Argentinian maybe. But anyway, guys, he have played for me here 17 goals in total he has scored. He hasn't scored that many goals, but and I will not buy him when the season is over. I will let him go back. He's 31 years old, he will be 32 years old. And £300,000, that's something I don't have to give him. I can buy. I got Crotone is coming up in the team. Crotone. Okay? And Kessie here have been very good. Okay, his average points is not maybe that high, but the big thing is he scored 6 goals. With him in the team, you will do very well. Also, Beligia, with him in the team, we play better. And I see his stats here is not that good, but again, you cannot expect anything more from central midfield in defense. Next year, we need another player beside him who can play here. And in defense, all our fullbacks is playing well in this system. We changed, for example, inside forward from left to side because Susu, we wanted him to go on the goal. And but that doesn't mean he will score more goals. But he got a lot of assists here, and the goals came from Bonaventura. Normally is Susu who's crossing, and Bonaventura is putting the ball behind the net, into the net. I'm sorry, and he's here. Bonaventura is a great player. I got offer from China for £40 million. I was wondering about selling him in January, but I kept him in the team. 26 years old, he's our top scorer, 14 goals, only 3 assists. So the thing is, I want to show you here is Bonaventura is playing the left side, okay? He's playing the left, and he's inside forward in support. He's inside forward in attack. So you expect him to go in and score more goals, right? But when Suso is taking on the opponents, he's going outside here. So that means he will come in a wide position at rear. He will stand here, for example, very often. You cannot shoot from here. You have to pass it out. But Bonaventura, he's going inside here. then the shots come here. But Salah in real life, he got the pace, and Mane in real life, they go here and they go straight at goal. Do you understand that? They cut it inside from here and they go here to goal. But Soso here is going like this. And but it also can be the combination of the players around. Okay, but anyway, that I thought before I start the season it will mean that Soso will score more goals, but I think it's different from player to player, system to system, game to game. It doesn't mean inside forward in attack scores less goals, but what can happen here is that with the ball he will maneuver here, and if he can't go inside, and in Italy you have a lot of teams who play three back lines, so you have more rooms between the wing backs and center backs than you got between the center backs. So instead of going here, he will go here. And he got a lot of crosses coming through to Bonaventura and Higuain, who scored the goals. Okay, so the thing here with the center midfield and defense, he will balance it, he will stay, and Kessie, since Kessie here is a lot of aggressive player, guys, and he shoots a lot of long shots, as you can see here, shots with power, shots from distance. He doesn't got good long shots, but he tries it all the way. The thing is here, he will win the ball based on his physics and work rate, even though I haven't put him as a ball winning midfielder, because he got the abilities to do so. He's already high up in the field as a ball box-to-box midfielder. He will push it up. So then you got a big Liga here who is good in positioning and good in reading the game. So he will balance the game backwards. But you need a little more pace. You need a little more pace because you're standing high up in the field. So this has saved me that the center defenders are pacey defenders. They are fast defenders, okay? And as you know, we got Higuain, we got Courtois here. I bought in Hector Herrera to be a substitute for Kessie. He doesn't got that physical abilities, but he's okay round-to-round players, and he was cheap when I bought him. Okay, and you also got players such as in my team. I also brought in Foden because I look at Hakan and he really have worked well out there for me, guys, you know. But I saw, you know, for example, he lacks the dribbling. He got good first touch. He got good long shots. He got great free kicks. So that will give you a lot of goals and assists, you should think. But we don't got that many good jumpers. So the crosses we haven't scored that many goals on corners. But we have scored goals in direct free kick from Chagrin. This is a hard name to say. I'm sorry. But yeah, he played well, I think. You know, his vision is good, his passing technique is good, he got good long shots, and got good first touch. The work rate is not that well, teamwork is not that well, but his vision is well, and so he can pass the game. He can pass on the counter attacks. Is great to have. I think in possession, his long shots and his passing will open up a little bit. I would hope he has scored a little bit more goals or have more assists, but he haven't done that. But how have Bakayoko been? And Bakayoko is in a way great player based on his marking, defensive part. I have both used him as a ball box-to-box midfielder and as a center midfielder in defense. I will not buy him because I have a closure I can buy him for 31 million pounds, but I don't think he's worth that, to be honest with you. So I will try to find something else next year. So I haven't used him maybe as much as I should have used him because I have used my own players. And Hajlovic here have played well as a substitute. He's played 8 games. He normally plays the games that's not important or as a substitute. And Korzova has played well since I've come here. You got Plizari in the team when you start. This should be your 3rd goalkeeper at the first season. 2nd season, you should maybe borrow him out or keep him as a 2nd goalkeeper. This is a good talent here, and I should be using him more. In the winter time, you will get this player to your team, Lucas Paqueta. Lucas Paqueta can play every kind. This is kind of Arthur in Barcelona. So he will come here for 31 million pound, I think it was. Yeah, played well since he came. Went directly into the team because you can see he's 21 years old. This is a great player for the future of AC Milan and yourself. He has dribbling, he got technique, he got okay off the ball. This will increase, of course. His vision is again great. His passing is good. He has okay pace, so he can, for example, play as a right inside forward at the left. He can play as an inside forward at the left. He can play here. I have used him here, and he can also play as a box midfielder. You can also use him at the left too if you want to. Okay, but he will come to your team anyway. He's pre-signed, so he will come to your team in the January, and this is a great signing for AC Milan and for your own team. So you can see as a transfer, I sold Locatelli. Or is he really sold before I came? But this is again a player you can use him as a. This is a good player, to be honest. Zapata, for example, we sold, and you need money, remember that. He got pace, but he's okay pace. He's 31 years old when he started the game. He's got great wage. His tackling is not that good, but his marking is good, his heading is good, jumping reach is not that good. It's okay in some things, but concentration is not. He reads the game okay, but his decisions is not that well. This is not a good defender. So, but I made a risky. I sold Zapata and I left. I also sold Zapata, but I also sent one of my players on free transfer, Simic. I will come back to him later. Okay, guys, these are the transfers, but you also got released players here. Stefan Simic, mutual. Oh, he's already signed with Columbus. Yeah, because he was my fourth defender, and it's okay play. I tried to sell him too, but no one wanted to buy him. And yeah, so we sold him to. We just released him in the January. So I was blessed with not much injuries in defense, because if one of my center defenders was seriously out, then I wouldn't have a cover player for them. Anyway, okay, guys. I also sold Montolivio, one of my old favorite players. He got good passing. He could play as a center midfielder in deep, but again, his age, his physical perspective, and the way we play the game, his positioning wasn't that high, because we want someone who can position himself well. He can win the ball. You already got the center midfielder is old. You don't need two. Okay, so I sold Montolivo. His wage was out. Jose Maria is loaned away. He can play as a, I don't know, box midfielder. He cannot give you anything. So I tried to sell him. He didn't. No one wanted him. He will be released next year because we will not give him a new contract. £44,000 for a player that is really worth nothing for AC Milan. So yeah, he's that. The brother of Donnarumma, older brother, was sold to Olympiacos. You have Reina, you have Donnarumma's younger brother is one of the best goalkeepers, and you got already a good prospect. Cash in, get the money, run away. And you got Bartolocci, a good maybe box midfielder, so maybe we should have kept him into the team, but we got some good money again here, 2.7. Good in a way that we need the money, £44,000, and you got already Bakayuku, and we got Hector Herrera, who's better players in my opinion than Bartolocci. These are players, Milan once had big hope on these players. When they bought him for 40 million, he played had a good season here, but he had never delivered, and I don't think he would deliver. The best thing he can do, he can be a good substitute for you. Okay, you got Abate, who's been in AC Milan I think all his life, and I sold him also before the season start to Saudi Arabia. He also got a high wage. He's 31 years old when he started again, but you got two good right backs. I sold my right backs. I loaned in another one, Toljan from Dortmund, almost for free. And yeah, because I could cash in on his wage. He's a fast player, that's one of his main thing, and got good, okay defending. But he would be your second or third right defender. He cannot take out Conte at the right defender, and he's a little bit maybe better than Calabria. But would you put Calabria, who is 21 years old when you start, who have a little bit prospects, would you bench him and put him as a third defender, or will you sell him on Abata and buy something else? And also, since Strinic cannot play to October when he started the game, he really got the attributes that we needed, the things we need. He's a good player as a left defender here, but his age and wage made it clear for me he had to go out of the team. You have to build. He's a third defender, left defender, a second left defender. So yeah, but you could maybe keep him one more year and sell Laxat in the January window. Yeah, Borini, the hard-working guy, I put him as a right back, left back, center striker, left wing. He can play all over. He plays 8 games for me here, as you can see, 4 games in the series, and he played well, as you can see, 735. But he also played the easy games and the best period games of my season. He got a high wage. I think you can get better play. His work rate is very good, and his that's everything he got, his mental part. So you can find a better play with those abilities in this game. Ricardo Rodriguez, we saw. Gabriel Capriani is one of my young stars coming up. He's 18 years old. He's doing good with the dribbling, and I'm loaned him out to Serie, I think D or something, Serie C, and try to give him some games before the season start, but it was really hard. I brought in these players, like you can see here. These are bought in before the series start. So Hector Herrera, I also bought in Lorenzo Pelli. He's a young guy, 19 years old, trying to loan him away, but no one is loaning him. As you can see, he got a great, good pace, not that well flair, but he got some dribbling, some first touch. This was a wild card I just sent out there. Maybe I shouldn't have bought him. Maybe. Phil Foden, because it was so cheap to get him in on loan, £6,000 a week. That's what I'm paying him. It will be, for me, I don't care that he will be a better player or not. He's 18 years old. That's Manchester City's problem. For me, he's just here to be a backup player for cheap money. And Tolian, I bought him to be my third defender if something happens with my defenders, because we are playing in Europa Cup, we are playing Italian Cup, we are playing in Serie, we are also playing the Super Cup, so you need the backup. So £26,000, he got pace, so that will be sometimes in games I see that we can, for example, go around better with the fullbacks. I'll play such like Tolian will be perfect based on his pace here. And but he really doesn't. He's not that good player. He's not here at the long run. He's here just as my third and give me some options. This is something I don't know why I bought. My biggest disappointment was Daniele Baselli. Daniele Baselli is a good passer, but you got that. So I don't know why I bought him. But I wanted an Italian player. This was some kind of bought I did like AC Milan used with Bertolocci. We bought him in £11 million, not that expensive. He haven't played well, but he really haven't got that many chances either. But the main options, the big problem is he can play box-to-box midfielders against easy opponents because he delivers something better. And there is something better technically, but is best as a, for example, advanced playmaker and roles like that. But I have also used him as a attacking midfielder in support, as that's the role we have in the team. He has it, but he's not a great player there, so I will sell him. Not needed. Get out of the team, boy. Bad bought of me. It was a typical AC Milan buy. Lovin Korzova is coming in, as you know, at the left side. We have some few games left before the season is over. I hope I can win the league this year, guys. We are 1 point ahead of Napoli and if Juventus win this game 69 points, they will be 1 point behind us too, but we are 4 points clear of Juventus with here, but yeah, we win our next game, we will be 4 points clear of everyone. But the deal here is that you lost 2 games, drew 4 games. I think many of these came because of my bad mid-season trainings. So you keep the trainings there going, guys, and I haven't changed that much in the training. The trainings are going as it's going. You should go into the tactical and, for example, change the corners, because when the if you don't change the set pieces on corners, Higuain, or always in this game, the striker will stand outside here on the corners. You want, especially Higuain is okay goal scorer to have in the box. He got good heading and he got good jumping reach, is okay for be a striker, not to be a target man. So yeah, you should try it out, guys. Try it with AC Milan, but have a plan. You know, you don't need to play like this, but you should either try to win it as a... I think the key to win it at AC Milan is to get Higuain to score a lot of goals, the front three, or you should play collectively football. With that, I mean the system have to win. Either you rely and build something for Higuain here, or you should be playing as an extremely collective system, that the system is stronger than the players. The players is not what they with the collective. I think I'm talking a little bit like, for example, their collective teamwork abilities. You know, keep it simple, but get the best out of your central midfielders. Have a system that gets the best out of Kessie and Bakayoko, for example. Their physical play, their physical attributes are extreme, so you can dominate the midfield with a physical teamwork system. And either you have to play that way, or you should play the other way, that is based on those 3 on front. Guys, good luck, do your best, and tell me how it went. See you later, guys.